What's happening YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to be going over some settings that you're going to want to change the first time you load up Black Ops Cold War. Now some of these changes are massive, particularly for console, that are really going to level that playing field. And a lot of the settings I'm going to advise you to change are really going to improve the way you play the game. If you learn anything new from this video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you aren't already. And I also stream over on Twitch every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday from 9 AM UK time to about 4 PM. But anyway, enough of that, let's get into the settings. Okay, so the first setting you're going to want to change is the field of view. Now this is a new feature for console players. The PC players have had it for quite a while, but it's totally new on console. So as standard, the field of view is set to 80. So as you can see, I'm quite zoomed in. And if you see me run around, it just feels a little bit slow. So we'll go back into the position, and now I'm going to change the field of view. So a lot of people play with the field of view set to 100. So as you can see, I'm a bit more zoomed out. I can see either side of the building now that I'm aiming at. So I've got increased range. So if enemies were to come left or right of that building, I can now see them and engage them. Whereas before, I'd have had no chance. And as you can see, it feels like I'm a bit faster. Now that's just because the character's zoomed out more. But just that feeling of speed and athleticism, it's just going to make you enjoy the game a lot more. And it's going to get you just a little bit more cracked and a bit more just onto everything. So a lot of people play on 100. Now personally, I like to play on 120. And as you can see, I can see a lot of the outside the building now. Like I can see into the street. I can see round onto the beach. And again, just a little bit faster. Just a little bit faster moving around. So obviously that's just your perception, but perception's reality. And that will make such a huge difference to your game. Okay, so the next setting we're going to go through is the ADS field of view. So if you have this set to independent, essentially what it'll do is whenever you ADS, it will zoom you back in to the original field of view of 80. So as you can see now, we've got that nice 120 field of view. And as soon as we ADS, it zooms right in like that. Now, I don't know about you, but it just seems a little bit unnatural to me. And obviously going from that field of view, zooming in, it's a noticeable change. But one thing you'll notice is it adds a lot of visual recoil to the gun. So if I shoot now, as I'm shooting, the gun is actually getting in the way of the target. I can't see as well. So if I change to affected, it will still zoom in, but it'll be a zoom in a lot closer to the field of view that I have set already. And you'll notice it feels a lot more natural. So as you can see, that's a lot more natural. I'm not completely zoomed right in. That's probably snapping to about 100 field of view. And you'll also notice as I shoot the gun, it just feels like there's less recoil on the gun. And you can see that's a really tight recoil pattern as well. And obviously you're not reducing the recoil of the weapon you're using. This is just visual recoil. But as I said before, perception is reality. If it feels on your screen like you're getting less recoil, then you effectively are. So I imagine a lot of you will be coming over from Modern Warfare, the same as me. And you'll know that one of the most important settings to take off is motion blur. Because as you'll notice, as I'm moving, it just feels a lot smoother and I can see clean. I'll be able to see any enemies. It's not going to be like a blur as I turn round. And sometimes in that blur, you'll miss certain bits of information. And information is one of the biggest advantages you can have in a shooter game. So another thing you might want to change is the colorblind type. So as you can see on the map up there, the icons for the enemies are like this sort of reddy-orange colour. And sometimes when you're playing, it's not as vibrant as you'd like it to be. So if you're to change some of these options to whichever one you prefer, I personally quite like Tritonopia. It gives the enemies that kind of twitch purple colour, which obviously, as you can see from the background, is not only a colour I like, but I think it's vibrant. I think it stands out. So you will notice it a lot more. The next setting I want to go over is the audio presets. A lot of you coming over from Warzone, Modern Warfare, or the Battle Royale games will know that audio is some of the most vital information you can get. And as I've said before, information wins gunfights. So you'll find that the footstep audio in this game is in quite a high frequency range. So if you were to use high boost on your audio preset, that will bring that footstep audio up. Now occasionally bass boost might be the better option, but that's usually inside buildings. If the enemy's running across like a wooden floor, you will get a higher footstep audio with bass boost. But generally across most terrain, the footstep audio is quite a high frequency band. So a high boost is the best all-round option for increasing footstep audio. So the next setting you want to have a look at is in-game alert icons. Familiarise yourself with some of these symbols and what they mean, and make sure you've got them enabled. Because sometimes you're blaming the game, you're blaming this, you're blaming that, and it could just be internet connection. It could be a variety of things. These icons will tell you if you've got packet loss, if you're getting ping. It could be something going on your end, and it could be something that you could fix. So having these icons let you know exactly what your problem is only going to help. Alright, so now I'm going to go through some of my controller settings for you. So I have both my horizontal and my vertical stick sensitivity set to 7. Now, in previous games, I used to have a lower horizontal stick sensitivity for fine-tuning headshots, but I found that if you're going to aim diagonally, it tends to go more right and up than it will in one smooth diagonal line. So since Modern Warfare, I've been using the same setting for both horizontal and vertical sticks. I like it on 7.7 at the moment, just because it's a new game, it's just come out, and I'm going to gradually knock the sensitivity up as I get better at the game. The next thing you want to change is your low zoom ADS sensitivity. So as standard, it comes at 1. Now, if you're playing a high sense like I do, you want it to slow down when you're ADS, because if you're going to snap onto a target, you're already in the ballpark of where you want to be. That's the point when you want to fine tune your shots. So I have my sensitivity set to 7.5. So if you notice, as I go down, it only goes in multiples of 0.1. But if you want to fine tune this, if you press the X button on an Xbox or the square button on a PS4, this keypad pops up. So then you can fine tune it. So I'm going to put mine to 0.75. Now you can go up to 5 decimal places, but I don't really know what that would do. So I just have mine set to 0.75. Now the next thing you want to change is your button layout over to tactical. So this will allow you to slide using the right stick. Now, if you're out there in 2020 using B or circle to slide, I don't know what to say to you, but you really need to change it. Using the right stick to slide will allow you to aim and slide at the same time. So as you slide around the corner, you're ready and you can see what's in front of you. Another important setting is the left and right stick minimum input threshold. Now this used to be called dead zone. I don't know why they give you a bit of a tongue twister, but essentially you want to knock this up to about 5. If you're getting any stick drift, knock it up a little bit more. But 5 seems to be really the sweet spot if you've got no stick drift. So 5 on this game is the equivalent to 0.5 on Modern Warfare. It's essentially gone up by a factor of 10. So 0.5 is now 5, 1 is 10, and 10 is 100. I wouldn't worry too much about the maximum input threshold. I just leave that as default, which is 99. Now the final setting I'm going to go over is for console players. Turn crossplay off. You're going to have a well better time if you do. Now I'm not saying that all PC players are cheaters, but all cheaters are PC players. And even if they're not cheating, PC players have a massive advantage over console players. You're going to have a much better time and a much more level playing field if you turn crossplay off. Obviously, if you're getting on with your mates, they play PS4, Xbox, PC, and you're on a different system, whack it back on. But if you're just playing on your own, you're trying to level up some guns and that, and you're on a console, just turn it off. But anyway, nice one for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've learned anything new, please drop a like on the video, subscribe if you aren't already, and if you could go over and follow me on Twitch TV/RawZombieJesus, I'd be massively grateful. But yeah, nice one. Until next time.